I don't know nothing about this Officer Tatum shit, but we gonna find out today.
It's fair game to criticize people. It's fair game. We're internet people. I'm not gonna sue nobody over fair criticisms.
For context, in case you aren't aware, we did a video in which we talked about Officer Tatum. There was a viral video going around of him from a podcast 2 years ago where he said,
I would never cry in front of my wife.
Someone asked, what happens if your kid dies? He says, I would try not to cry in front of her. If I go to my father's funeral, I ain't crying, all this stuff. Sure enough, he found out Charlie Kirk passed and turned on his light.
He did not cry for Charlie Kirk, bro. He did not cry for him, bro. No, he did not. Wait, hold on. I gotta go back. Hold on. They said he would never cry in front of his wife.
Go to my father's funeral, I ain't crying. All this.
Oh, so if he goes to his father's funeral, he not even crying there. Okay. Please don't tell me he did.
Sure enough, he found out Charlie Kirk passed and turned on his live stream and decided to drop some tears for everybody.
But to take a video from 2 years ago, to somehow leverage that to make fun of me for crying, tearing up, when Charlie Kirk was murdered is insane to me.
We laughed at you because of the irony of, okay, you wouldn't cry in front of someone close to you because someone else close to you would die, but someone that is remote, you're gonna cry in front of the whole world. That's the thing that is laughable.
But for you to be so disgusting, and you see your friend get murdered on television, I could imagine what that does to his kids. And to try to make fun of somebody for that is the lowest that you can go. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, ladies and gentlemen, Black Friday is here. 30% off, up to 60% off.
What the hell did I just notice? What happened? What happened? What kind of jump cut was that?
Video. Watch how he goes from like, how dare you? By the way, why don't you buy these shirts so you can move in style?
But for you to be so disgusting, and you know, I was at his wedding. I know his wife. I could imagine what that does to his kids. And to try to make fun of somebody for that is the lowest that you can go. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, ladies and gentlemen, Black Friday is here. 30% off, up to 60% off on the entire store. And that means every single product. This section here is for 60% off.
Now, did I edit that shit? Is that me? Bro, what do you want me to do? It wasn't me.
That is wild. Cry over a racist, but not your father is crazy. Crazy.
Triggering for him, and I get that. So
that's why he was so triggered, he had to do a merch sale. When I'm triggered, that's what I do too. Buy my sweatpants so you could stay warm in these cold times.
Don't forget to buy these shirts. Don't forget to buy these shirts. We got the merch. Buy these shirts.
Let me make sure I know exactly. 2 years ago about men crying.
They're taking a clip from something I said 2 years ago.
Okay, and why is he saying 2 years ago, right? He's, why would you use something from 2 years ago? All right, he's trying to hint that there's something wrong with doing that.
They're taking a clip from something I said 2 years ago, and which is not 2 years ago. I believe the same thing today, but
so who cares? So who cares if it was 2 years ago, 5 minutes ago, 5 years ago? If you still believe the same thing, that means that video is still relevant today.
But we have to appreciate like the fake outrage. The 2 years ago, why would you use a clip from 2 years ago? I still think that today. Then shut the fuck up.
Weak men are viewed as unattractive. You can make the argument that crying can be viewed as a weakness.
Listen to what he said. That crying could be. That's what he said. That crying could be a weakness.
Yeah, but what?
Watch how cowardly he's gonna be. He just doesn't want to own what he said.
You say you had men cry in front of you. That's why you're not with them.
Sometimes I look up videos of like army dads coming.
So you heard that? He said to the woman, oh, you saw a man cry in front of you? That's not why you're not with them. Implying that, something is wrong with men crying and that's why a woman wouldn't want to be with them. Keep watching.
Because women judge men very harshly on that. I would never cry in front of my wife.
You see him say could there? And he would say he would never, and he says women judge men for that.
But I admired the guy that said the reasons why he wouldn't cry, because he needs to be strong for his father. And every man, in my personal opinion, would want to have that perspective.
I will try not to cry in front of anybody. There's compulsion for me to cry at times, and I will not do it in front of people. I saw my father cry one time, and it was at his father's funeral.
So you think if man shows his emotion makes him less man?
No, I just think men shouldn't do it. I know when emotions happen to me, and I refrain from exposing that emotion in front of people.
That's one of the worst things about people, man. You got people out here that say shit like this, man. Like, these are real fucking emotions. Like, to actually encourage people to be out here hiding their fucking emotions around the people that are the most important to them is just insane to me. All for the sake of what? To stand and being up to a standard that you think is important to everybody, that you have decided is law? Like, the shit is stupid. For people to think that crying equals weakness is just crazy. And this is why you got so many people holding on to these fucking emotions and then exploding at the worst fucking times. Because of people like this. People like this who think that this is the way. This is what you gotta teach people. Don't cry because it makes you weak. Like, come on, man. What are we talking about?
You say you had men cry in front of you. That's why you're not with them.
Sometimes I look up videos of like army dads.
It is mentally ill to believe it's normal to not cry in front of your wife, but it's normal to cry on the internet.
Facts. No. Again, there we go. Crying on the internet. Content. You want everybody to feel like you were hurt by this situation. You want everybody to feel like you're sad about this. We're sad together. Let's all hang out together. Buy them t-shirts. What the fuck? Come on, man.
Now, I could be generous and say I agree with the sentiment that during a time of crisis, you know, you guys are in the heat of battle. You guys are dealing with something that's an emergency, that you're going to put aside your emotions to deal with what's in front of you. That's a super normal statement.
That's not.
But like, the problem with a lot of these characters, like Tatum, is that they live in absolutism because they're like doing this like alpha male, very strong man, like super traditional fucking cosplay. And it's just not real. It's not in real life. Guess what, guys? Soldiers on deployment, they cry. They might not cry when bullets are flying overhead, but when they get back to the barracks and they deal with the day's stress, maybe not that moment, but the day after or the week after, some of them break down, cry. And if you think the other soldiers are going to look at them like, you a bitch, you're crazy. I've seen soldiers, police officers, deal with situations that are completely crazy. And you see them run off to the corner because something is traumatic and they cry. And if you think that other men are like, we can't do our job because one officer over there is tearing, that's not real. And that's why people are laughing at you. It's because you're trying to uphold this image of men that's not real. Men are human. We deal with stressful situations the way that you were dealing with Charlie Kirk. And sometimes we break down and we can't control it the way you're pretending you can. We're laughing because there's hubris in thinking you're going to control grief, but you won't cry in front of your loved ones. And you think that's not mentally unwell. I just think this standard of like, I won't cry in front of the people who've known me my whole life, but I'll cry for strangers. My wife will be destabilized because she sees me. Do you not understand that women are not retarded creatures? That women can also be tough during stressful times? That women can sometimes be your rock when you're going through something?
Yo, tough through certain times. Listen, man, some of the strongest people out there are women. Let's keep it real, man. I would never put it past women for the things that they do, the things that they endure. There's women out there having babies with no damn epidurals, no pain meds, just straight up having babies, and niggas is right there. Where the baby at? That's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, y'all gotta stop dismissing all this other shit and trying to just figure out what y'all deem is masculine shit or strong shit. Just because you can hold back a tear don't make you fucking strong. It makes you a fucking baby with internal tears. That's all it does. Cause you can hold back a couple of tears. Okay, cool. Huh? Cause you deem yourself the guy who is like, you know, I got the money, I take care of the household. What they do? That shit does not make you masculine. It does not make you a man. It does not do any of those things. There's more to it than that. I'm just saying, man, like, people really need to stop. And this is the problem with like this direction of red pill shit. This shit right here, it's one of those things where these guys, they think like they can tell people how to move but based on their standards. This shit is wild, man. The problem is that there's people out here following this shit to the T. There's people that watch this shit and say, yeah, crying is bad.
What I understand from this is this. You lied. You're weird. Extremely weird.
Crying for this thing, but saying you wouldn't cry for your dad is insane. After all that, no crying on camera. That's crazy.
Now, you even see this and you don't comprehend that because I understand the triggers, whatever.
Oh, you're being generous. You're being generous.
I'm always the generous one.
This is how you dodge accountability. You frame it against the argument that you know you think you can win against, which is like moral outrage. Oh, they laughed at me. Listen, if we were laughing at people because they were mourning the death of Charlie Kirk, I would have made videos about Megyn Kelly. I would have made videos about all the other content creators who we didn't. So to pretend like people just want to laugh at you because you cried, that's you just being a victim. You enjoy that because it's the one road you can win down.
Also with that, you're okay trying to paint yourself as a victim, but you don't want to cry and look weak. It sounds a little contradicting to me, man. You ready to be a victim, but you don't want to cry because it's going to make you look weak. All right. All right, wouldn't expect anything less from y'all.
You just went, oh, can you believe that they laughed at the death of and NASA? NASA is so good to me. And they cried, they laughed. You want to buy my shirt? $5.99. Man, it's Charlie Kirk. That's what he did. He did a performance, and he was gripping people emotionally. And it's funny to me because I grew up in this internet age where I heard how fucking emotional libtards are and everything like that. But you realize, like, these motherfuckers, they all love to do this victim shit whenever they get criticized.
What if your kid died?
That's a different thing. I mean, I would try not to cry in front of my wife.
Bro, he asked about his kid. Why did he said not in front of, hold on.
That's a different thing. I mean, I would try not to cry in front of my wife.
All right,
if my kid.
I have never, and my wife have never seen me cry. I've never cried in front of my wife.
You think that the whole internet saw you, dude? The person that is the most close to you is not gonna see it, but you're gonna pose yourself like an up-and-coming model to everybody else.
I heard a guy say this, is that when my father passes away, which everybody's parent is gonna pass away, I'm not gonna cry at his funeral.
So as you listen to it, I said I saw a clip of a guy say that I'm not gonna cry at my dad. I didn't say I wasn't gonna cry at my dad's funeral.
This thing, you literally said you would not cry for your kid because you don't want your wife to see you cry. Same shit, dude.
I said the guy that I admired had said this. I didn't say I wouldn't cry at my dad's funeral. I just said I'm not gonna do it in front of my wife. I go cry on my own. I didn't say I wouldn't cry at my dad's funeral. I just said I'm not gonna do it in front of my wife.
Is your wife not going to be at your dad's funeral?
No. You know what?
So he's trying to walk back the statement, right? He's doing this cowardly thing where he's trying to run away from what he said. He's like, no, I never said I wouldn't cry at my dad's funeral. Okay, well, what if your wife's there? What, are you going to run and hide in a corner to cry at your dad's funeral? I don't know, bro.
But when stuff hit the road, I need to be strong for my wife. That's all I said. But you don't get your lick back.
Watching yourself cry after you say you wasn't gonna cry is crazy, bro. Reacting to yourself crying, saying you won't do what you're reacting to, that's some shit, bro. He's a bitch. This is insane, bro. Look at his face. I know you feel some type of way watching this shit. You watching yourself cry right now. The shit you say you wouldn't do in front of your wife. You're doing it online. Did that say 4 million views? So you cried in front of 4 million people, but your wife, fuck that bitch. No, fuck no. Think about to cry in front of you? Go make me some dinner. Make me something in the kitchen right now. This is a red pill house. You think this is. Think I'm gonna cry in front of you? Online. They understand me. Kirk, he understood me. Crying for him. Fuck them kids. What? Oh, man.
God forbid your wife sees you.
Yeah,
But 4 million randoms? What are we even discussing right now?
Now, I have cried multiple times because of Charlie's death. The only reason, I could have turned the feed off. Been like, I'm gonna turn the feed off. The only reason I didn't is because I wanted people to understand the raw emotion of what happened with Charlie and that they weren't alone in that particular situation.
If you guys aren't aware,
Shit crazy,
so
bro.
Charlie Kirk was in the hospital after getting shot. People didn't even know if he passed away yet, but he was in critical condition. This man jumped on a live stream to talk about it. Everyone's different. Personally, if my good friend Preach gets shot, I ain't gonna run to you niggas to talk about it.
Online.
I don't know.
Imagine. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the live, man. Yo, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Somebody knocked Pink door down and stole her shoe. They left her with one shoe. And she got the shoe on. She tried to run outside and go chase them. And then another car came out of nowhere. She tried to jump over that shit and everything just went bad, y'all.
Oh my God.
But I'm here to talk to y'all about it because I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I can't. Pink. If y'all want to buy these hoodies, we got a whole bunch of hoodies. I got some hoodies if y'all want for sale. Check out the merch. If you can find the merch right at the bottom. If you want a Dad Gang hat, I got the Dad Gang hat. Got discounts on that. You know, if you want to become a member, do all that stuff. But damn, man, Pink, I hope Pink get her shoe back because we really wanted to get her shoe back. She had on some red Chucks. If y'all find them, red Chucks. The only other one she had were blue because she a Crip and a Blood at the same time. I'm just saying, we gotta help Pink. But if y'all want the merch, come back and get the merch.
Oh my God.
Keep me out of your shenanigans. I'm just saying, bro. If something is happening, I'm not gonna come online to come talk about this shit to tell you, oh my gosh, everybody, the worst thing just happened. If I really care about this person and what happened, I'm trying to find out what's their status, what is going on, are they okay? I'm not trying to run online to rack up some views and cry on stream. If anything, you can come on here days later and talk about how you feel about it if that's how you grieve and that's how you feel. But come on, man. Shit is crazy. I got merch, got hoodies, got all types of shit, man. If you want to get some hoodies, got the hats. Don't forget, man. Got the hats, got 15% off the Dad Gang hats, all that, man. Make sure you click the link in the bio, become a member, buy all the hoodies and shit, do all that shit. But yeah, we sad. We're sad.
Boy, right after. Everyone's different though. Grieve however you want.
I said, get those CDs, DVDs, got CDs, DVDs, got you want that new Friday after next? Got all that shit, my nigga. Get that shit right here.
On stream already getting them AdSense dollars. Yeah, I'm coming for you as a ghost. Now he's saying he finds the news out and he starts crying and now he's like, yeah, the reason why I allowed myself to cry is because like I knew people were sad and I knew like right when they all found out, like I found out, they needed to see me tear up. Don't make it this convoluted thing. Don't try to treat yourself.
Use Glaze Unit for 15% off.
Like a hero. You were human. You found out some bad news. You cried. Now you're trying to rewrite history and be like, I knew that everyone needed to see me cry on camera.
Because I wanted people to understand the raw emotion of what happened with Charlie and that they weren't alone in that.
If you lose your dad or your kid, you don't think your wife wants to know that too? So you want to give that emotion to strangers. You want to make sure that they know that they're not alone, that they're suffering, you understand it.
Thank you.
But your wife who's lost the same child you just lost, you won't cry in front of her.
Right. You won't let her know that she's not alone. Fuck it, cook these niggas. You won't even put your shit aside to let your wife know that she's not alone. But you willing to come online and come cry for Massa to let them people know that you supported it and he's not alone. Crazy. Shit is wild. And this is why this whole movement that these people follow is so fucked up. These people actually think that if you don't follow these fucking movements to a T, it makes you less of a man. Meanwhile, all these niggas running around here, they in these weird ass relationships. Like, this shit is crazy, man. I can't, man.
Make that make sense, guys. He wants to comfort strangers, but he don't think he should.
But he doesn't want to find comfort in his wife.
In that particular situation. That for what people were feeling when Charlie died, they weren't alone. And so I just told him, I didn't tell him to cut the feed. But to try to make a joke out of this and to try to act like it's crazy, man. Because one day, one of these guys are gonna lose somebody that they care about and people are gonna make fun of them. And to me, it's really nothing to make fun of because I don't really care. If I want to do it, I can do it if I want to. And if I said that and I do something different later because I changed my mind, that's on me.
But you didn't change your mind. You said you still believe what you believed 2 years ago. So why you bring that up?
They're taking a clip from something I said 2 years ago, and which is not 2 years ago, because I believe the same thing today. But my wife has never...
You know, you guys, I'll tell y'all, these people will just rewrite narratives. They'll rewrite reality. They don't care. And they'll just start rolling with the lie and try to have you argue with their lies. What he said is just made up. Nobody laughing at you because you're mourning something. You'll have to do that because you...
You know what it makes me think of?
Go.
It makes me think of when you watch Pop the Balloon, and then they pop the balloon, and they keep on going. And when it comes to them, they say some shit that, oh, well, I popped because, and it's something that...
Had nothing to do with it.
No, they said after they popped. I'm like, no. No. Why did you initially pop?
Because you didn't learn that he didn't have a job.
Yeah, you didn't learn about
after
that
you popped.
Until after. What's the initial? Now that it come to you, you want to run it back. Oh no, yeah, it's because of that I did that. Not because of... Yeah. No. Because the initial initially you just saw the person and you felt it was shallow, so you changed your intentions.
That's it.
But that's a bit the same thing.
So anybody says, "Oh, Haben preached," y'all were laughing at him, man. Don't let them lie like that. They're just making that shit up. But they need to do that to paint you a certain way.
A person can say, "Oh, she watched your live stream and saw you." Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But I have never cried in front of my wife, and I'm not saying that people won't. It's just saying, what is the compartmentalization of being strong in times of crisis? When Charlie died, that was a small, 15-second experience, but we prayed during the show. I wiped my tears away during the show. I kept broadcasting.
Good boy.
It's nothing, it's nothing wrong with what happened, but that y'all think it's funny if somebody were to tear up because Charlie died.
All right, so here's the second one. Now he's trying to make it about like, oh, these guys are trying to disrespect Charlie by pointing out my hypocrisy, right? So you see how they try to frame it in the way that they can win? Because, God forbid, these guys, they were making fun of the dead. That's what he's trying to do now.
Yeah, 100%.
It hit different, bro, when Charlie died.
Why Charlie Kirk is my white daddy.
Okay, that's disrespectful. Yeah, that was unnecessary. Let me play it back.
Why Charlie Kirk is my white daddy? Why you gotta be a white daddy? Kirk my daddy. Kirk my daddy.
You cowards that just want content to be made. I would never understand y'all. You guys take something that happened 2 months ago, referring to a video 2 years before that to make content. Y'all suckers, man. And I no longer support I've been preached. It's fair game to
We took
criticize.
something from 2 years ago that you still think today about a situation that happened not long ago. That's what we did.
Yeah, it is what it is. I never liked Officer Talman. Dude is always struck me as a bit of a dummy, and this is just.
Well, you just proved it right there.
He didn't address anything we said in the
you
video.
didn't understand. No, the point, and him. He didn't get it.
And I don't support them anymore. Nigga, have you ever bought a ticket or anything? What does this do?
But you could buy a shirt. You could buy this T-shirt right here. You could buy this T-shirt right here. You could buy this one. As a matter of fact, we'll send it to you.
You know what? This must be what like a woman feels like when a dude comes up to them and they're like, "I don't want to be with you," and she probably sitting there like,
I'm not interested.
"Who are you?" Imagine getting rejected by somebody you didn't even know existed.
The world, crazy place, y'all.
Fun to do bad things.
Take off the shirt, now take off the dope, take off the Birkin bag. Take all that goes down, that bullshit off, and what do you have?